one thing that also became very evident during both the 80s and also the 90s was that very often when we approached people that were doing work in the same area, using different methods and so on, but still they were investigating electron hypersensitivity, claiming that they didn't see anything. In the way they claimed it, you know, it's like a kid that has broken your favorite ways, for instance, say, no, mommy, I didn't do it. Yeah, fine. We understand who did it. They said, no, we don't see anything in such a way. So I thought, what? Have they done the same type of experiments as we have done and arrived at the very same conclusion? But they claim they haven't seen anything. And, you know, I was naive. I didn't understand. Being with the background I had, I thought that science was a self-propelling movement, and that you as a scientist should be proud of presenting new findings. But I felt, you know, that are there politics in this? Are there big money? And slowly I kind of became less naive, realizing that, yeah, there are a lot of politics in this, and yeah, there is a lot of money behind the scene here, and there is a play going on which I'm not invited to participate in, and so I still feel, and unfortunately many of these persons have passed away, so I cannot really interview them now, but I would like to put them against the wall and say, hey, tell me, did you actually do it? Did you actually see it? But for some reason, some people had bullied you into a corner, threatened you, or given you so much money, so you just couldn't help yourself. You were bought to the core of your soul, and we will never know that.
For me, there's two interesting things about what you're saying now. And the one is, I think we all can see there's money, politics behind it, and some people are threatened, some are paid off. That is the one element. But the other element, which I think is the more difficult one from a research point of view, is controlling all elements of EMF. Because if I look at these studies, they often focus on the radio frequency portion of it. And I can just talk in terms of practice and dealing with my clients and with myself. You can cancel all the radio frequency, everything, that there's nothing. But then there's electric fields and there's magnetic fields from ordinary appliances. Could be anything. Could be your printer. It could just be a plug that's on and there's nothing even plugged in there. Or it could just be an extension cord or a multi-plug or a cell phone charger. And those often have a worse effect. I'm currently working with a client where she's really done well with us removing the radio frequency, and she didn't believe me on the electrical fields. And this week she phoned me and said, my kettle is burning me, but not from the heat. When she handles the kettle, when she boils water, she gets a burning sensation all over her body. And she said, you told me this, but I didn't want to believe you, you know. And the thing is, it's got to be such controlled studies to control for all these various elements. And unless we get to that point that it's 100% controlled, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm battling to interpret a lot of the research studies purely because I can't see what's been controlled and what not.
Oh, that's such a very important point you bring up. And, you know, that's my trademark. I'm a specialist in doing controlled investigations. Unfortunately, I see many of my peers having high-ranking academic titles like professors. No, they don't bother about all the confounders. They just perform studies and arrive at results that just by pure chance could be correct, but most likely incorrect. And they are not bothered about that either, you know. And many of the should we call it, negative outcomes in science regarding electron hypersensitivity could easily be explained because of the lack of a controlled environment.